Investigates starts right now. What is up, my YouTube lovely people? It's Mabster and the Mrs. Mab in the house again. We are back from Key West and we're all vacationed and tanned up. We got our sunburns turned into sun tans. Now we're going to go to Vegas and even get darker. How y'all doing? Joanne, Wanda Boring, Kelly Holcomb, Joseph Bennett, Debbie Holcomb, Rhonda, Cindy Lou, Kelly, Nanette, Carmela, what is up? Lassie AI, Pretty Little Clues, what up? How y'all doing, short legs? We're back doing live streams.
Honey, I'm going to exit and come back because the audio is all wonky on my iPad.
Okay.
Okay.
Booted. We booted her. Oh, man. So you guys like my new background? It's the Burger Chef Cipher at $3.40, which means that Zodiac Cipher has 340 characters, which is true. I checked. It actually does. Hey, Keisha. What's up, girl? Keisha Sheets. I hate that YouTube changed all our names. I can show you how to go back and change them back. It's pretty easy. Just go to your channel, view channel, edit channel. Let's add her back.
There we go. Okay, that's way better.
Is that better?
It was just all static. It was really weird. So, yes, it's better.
Back.
It's better.
Mrs. Mab got too much sun.
Yeah, I've got some rough patches on my face, and the dog is leaning on me. The last couple of years we've gone to Key West, and I swear, okay, so when I was a teenager in the 80s, I was a sun worshiper. I mean, we would walk down to the beach and we would be at the beach for like 8 hours every day, all summer. I was twice as dark as this, and I just baked in the sun as much as I could. And I could handle it. And now when we go down there, granted, it's hot and it was humid, but I know that the sun is really strong down there. So I time it and I'm like, okay, front side 1 hour, back side 1 hour. And then I get out of the sun and I put sunscreen on and I get a freaking heat rash like after the third day where I get these horrible, like hive, awful looking, disgusting bumps all over my chest and all over my back. And they itch like poison oak, for those of you on the West Coast. So I don't even remember where I was going with this, but I can't stay in the sun as long as I used to. And I still got like burnt patches on my face. And anyway, here we are. We're back to foggy California. And our dog is eating.
Yeah, it's like cold out here, man. I was used to the warm weather.
It's like 65 and we're bundled up in the house. But our dog is eating again. I fed him his regular diet for the first time this morning. And he ate it. Yes, he did.
We don't have to cook him freaking dinner anymore. We can just feed him regular food and he eats it. It's crazy.
We were cooking.
Up till today, we were cooking it.
Okay, he's bugging me. Lucas.
Give him a treat.
I think his ear itches. He just got a treat.
Oh.
Like that. He likes it when I rub his ear.
Well, let's start out with my good buddy, Richard Nolette. He's got a series he's starting. And he's dropped the first video. And here it is. Let me share this with you. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it already.
Okay, today we're going to talk about the Burger Chef Cipher from September of 2019.
Now, why does he say it's from September of 2019? That's interesting. Because something else happened in September of 2019. Yeah.
This cipher was put together by my family, who are a bunch of serial killers from Napa, California. And what it is it's called a cipher. It's a word puzzle, and what it in this cipher, it serves two purposes. Number one, it lists many of their prior crimes, including 2 bombings of airliners, and it also delineates their future plans, which are to murder 6 specific individuals.
Could be Jules' mama, but this guy, Aaron or Jason or whoever he was on the interview room is not Richard. I can tell you that.
One of which is myself, Richard Nolet Jr. This was the format of the puzzle as it was published online in September of 2019. And it was published on that date for 2 reasons.
My mother was actually a Burger Chef manager as she was going to college and raising 4 kids by herself. She was a Burger Chef manager. Isn't that crazy? In Indiana, right where this happened. Well, about 45 minutes away from where this happened.
First of all, that was the 50th anniversary of the Zodiac's attack at Lake Berryessa.
This is all in my area, Lake Berryessa, Napa, all that. It's all around here.
And my father, or the man I called my father, is the Zodiac killer. So this was a celebration of 50-year anniversary, 50 years of freedom, since he became the infamous master hooded killer at Lake Berryessa. As you can see.
Oh no, Joseph, or no, Cat. I wonder if they're serving hamburgers that might be serving humans. Yikes.
Ew.
It resembles a
Sonoma County, Leo 49. What's up?
An ad from a Burger Chef restaurant in as it would have appeared in the 1970s, probably. The free watch giveaway at $3.40. That is to coincide with the number of characters in a couple of his famous ciphers, including this one and one that was published in 1969.
That is true. The Zodiac Cipher does have 340 characters, so I checked that out, and it's true. I lived in Anderson, Indiana. Was born there, raised there till I was 15. And then I came here on vacation and never went back. Well, I did go back, but not until I was 20.
Z340 cipher. As you can see on the lower left, it's signed Johnny Ciphers. This is all based on. That's also based upon a killing that happened in Indiana in the late 1970s at a Burger Chef restaurant, in which 4 of the employees who were teenagers were abducted and were murdered. That was never solved. But also in that summer, there were many unsolved bombings in the small Indiana town. And also a woman was mysteriously murdered, an older woman in her 60s, and her last name was Ciphers.
That's weird. We'd have to look that up. Ciphers. Let me see. I got the picture right here. Hold on. Let me just look at the last name. Ciphers. SCYPHERS.
Hold on. A C. It starts with a C.
No, the spelling on my background, you see? SCY.
Is that her name? Because Cipher, I'm pretty sure, is spelled with a C.
Yeah, CYPHER is Cipher, but this particular spelling on the Burger Chef thing that you see in my background is Johnny B. Ciphers, SCYPHERS. While you're listening to this, I'll check.
So This puzzle sort of mocks those 5 murders that happened in Indiana, which were probably committed by the same people that put this cipher together. And as you can see, they make it look like a really innocent little puzzle, and like it looks really innocuous and really harmless on the surface of it. But as we will see when you get further into it, this is made by a very sadistic group of serial killers, very, very brutal people who enjoy hurting people. So I guess we can move on from this now. Just one second, please.
Wow, this guy is telling everything this guy has said so far has checked out. Speedway bombings were a series of 8 random bombings that occurred between September 1st, 1978 and September 6th, 1978 in Speedway, Indiana. Yeah, it's crazy. They had a 100-person task force to try to solve it. Homemade bombs constructed from soda cans packed with Tovex 200, triggered by rudimentary timing devices, hit Speedway, Indiana. Who was Ciphers? Let's see. SCYPHERS. Oh, while no motive was established at trial, prosecutors and police believe Kimberlin went on a bombing spree to deflect attention away from ongoing investigation in the murder of 65-year-old Julia Ciphers. Violently disapproved of her daughter Sandra's relationship with Kimberlin. There's a strange affection, something. So the Ciphers lady did. This is true.
Let's see.
Hi, Christine
Okay.
Fortunato. Welcome.
Moving on.
Yeah, Christine
Fortunato. I worked
Fortunato.
with an oral surgeon, and her last name was Fortunato, but that was her married name here
Wow.
in California. Probably no relation. It's a fairly common name.
Not Speedway. I think Speedway is Indianapolis. Speedway. Speedway is in Indianapolis, the Indy 500, but Speedway in Indiana is different, I believe.
It's the name of a town, or was it a stretch of road?
Speedway, Indiana. It's a town.
Okay.
So yeah, Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Well, they're two different things, because a speedway could be like a freeway or a highway or the name of a town. That's why I asked for clarification, because somebody asked. Sheila said, not Speedway, I think the Speedway in Indiana. So like a highway or a road versus the name of a town.
Huh.
I don't know. I've only been to Indiana once, so I am not familiar with it.
Well, I can look it up while we're watching this. I'll look it up right now.
Moving on from this, I'll start by explaining a few of the phrases that are mentioned in the Burger Chef cipher. I wrote a little thing out here. I called it "Let's Learn How to Speak Zodiac." So, just one second. So
we're going to match up the
in learning how
writing with those 2 yellow signs that were found out, and we'll see how close it is to. Sleuth did this too. He looked at those 2 yellow signs that were left by the guy with the old truck, square body, and they match pretty close to his guy's writing.
How to speak Zodiac, there are several terms that you have to become familiar with. One of these is mentioned on the top letters of the cipher. The letters ATH equals at the house. Then the lines "we kill for our paw" begin from the top left of the cipher. Go to the ninth column, which runs from top to bottom down the center in a vertical fashion. Let's see.
Speedway, Indiana is right by the Speedway in Indianapolis area. So it's right by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which I worked at when I was 20 as a room service waiter at the Adams Mark Hotel. So I was working at near here at one time. In fact, I got a hernia pushing one of those big ass carts.
And the P on paw at the top is positioned on the ninth.
I'm confused. Pretty Little Clues. He's overlapping two completely unrelated cases unless he's claiming his dad is the Zodiac. He is claiming his dad is the Zodiac. And also did the BC crimes. Correct. The BC crimes, the Nancy Guthrie crimes included. What are the BC crimes? The bombings.
19th.
A bunch of crimes, including one recently here in Big Sur, California.
The 19th row from top to bottom, it's the 19th row, and it's the ninth position because this cipher was made for two different reasons. It was a commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the Zodiac.
Oh yeah, Burger Chef. Yeah, Burger Chef. Yeah, he's claiming that his father committed Burger Chef ones, and Emily Pike. Matter of fact, I have her pulled up here as well. So yeah, crazy shit.
Is his father dead?
He said his father's faked his death. I have his father's death up here too. We'll pull it up. Richard Nolette, May 12th, 1942, died November 7th, 2008, supposedly, of Napa, California, where his brother Mike lives. I'm not going to give you the address, but it's in Napa. All right, let's get back to this.
Like I said, from his attack on September 27th of 1969 on the shores of Lake Berryessa, near the oak trees. And it was also a promise, and this was done in honor of their leader, which their satanic group is called the Order of Set, and the leader and founder of that organization came from San Francisco's Church of Satan.
Now, Set in ancient Egypt is Satan. Hey, Pamela, good to see you. Set was an ancient Egyptian god too, and Baal, same thing, satanic. And there's another Satanist that we'll talk about in a little bit, and I'll show you how it may tie into this. Yes, his real father was killed up in Lake Tahoe by a mine. You're correct.
His name was Michael Aquino, and when they refer to our pa, they're referring to Michael Aquino, but they're also referring to the man I called my dad, which is Dick Nolette. So pa equals both, and pa can probably also be Anton Zandor LaVey, which was the front man of the Church of Satan. So those three people, and what we're talking about fathers, probably also the founder of modern day Satanism, which is Aleister Crowley. He was an Englishman who, in his time, he formed a lot of the practices of modern day Satanism, and incorporated a lot of different ancient methods. But he was called by many, labeled by many, to be the most evil man in the world.
Now, just to prove to you that he's telling the truth, let's look real quick at something. Whoops.
That's
Sorry
okay.
about
That's okay.
Let's see. Here he is, Michael Aquino, Temple of Set. Can't see that, can you? Hold on.
No.
I can fix that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He looks
like the devil.
He does. Like from far away, I'm like, oh, he just looks like a regular guy. But up close, there is something very sinister about him.
A crisis that led him to the realization fell away, and a new exuberant challenge arose. The most oblivious thing, the creation, the temple of Set, for which he would serve as its founder and high priest. Across the decades after this movement of the insight, he helped to guide the establishment and expansion of the Setian path into the sophisticated and cosmopolitan school it has become. Let it be known that on Sunday, September 1st, and whatever number Latin of Eon of Set, Epicimus Michael Aquino, PhD, remanifested his physical body, and he had let the world know he had been experiencing declining health for several years. The period also saw a tremendous outpouring of written material, public interviews, and important correspondence with and beyond the Temple of Set. So this is true. Everything he is talking about is true. It's crazy. I've looked up everything. So is this guy an idiot or is he a genius? It's one or the other.
But mainly when they say Arpa, we kill for Arpa, the main person that they're talking about is once again Michael Aquino.
Yes, first I thought he said we killed for Arpa, meaning him and his brother killed for Richard Sr., but that's not the case. Obviously, it was for Michael Aquino. Yeah, a lot of people just look at this and think the guy's a nut job, but I looked up the fight that he talks about when he did that interview with Sleuth Intuition. He talks about a fight. Well, I went to the website of the California, since I'm a real estate agent, I know how to look up the real estate agents. I looked up the real estate agent. I looked at the adjudication that got his broker's license taken away. And the fight was reproduced in that documentation perfectly. And I can show that to you, but it's kind of boring, but it's there and it's real.
He died on the 1st of September of this year, of 2019, the year that the Cipher was made. So once again, this is like in homage or in honor of Michael Aquino, who developed the Temple of Set. And like I said, the letter P in Pa corresponds to 919, which was the month and the year of his death. So this is the reason why the P is there, why it says Pa.
They still aren't related ciphers. He's talking about two completely different ciphers. You're right. Zodiac Z340 and the menu that was from Berkshire were completely different. But that doesn't mean that his father didn't do both of them. Because if I click right here, I can see Zodiac Killer's 340 cipher cracked after 51 years. So he's right. It's got 340 characters. These are crossing over two cases, but it's still relevant because his dad was the Zodiac, he says.
Pa. One of the most important things that you need to realize moving forward, they have their own complete language. It's a language of satanic serial killers. And probably the most important word to know in the whole quote unquote language would be the word yo, Y-O. Y-O comes from well, what it does is it indicates that a target has been marked for death. So basically, if you see it in the cipher next to certain initials,
We the juice, 40 juice. They already found out who Zodiac was, and it's not Richard's dad. I don't know about that.
it does indicate a potential threat of death. But the way they have this puzzle set up, it doesn't mean a definite threat of death. It's just a possible threat of death. Anyhow, the May 1st of 1966, in other words, 566, marked the beginning of a new eon, or the inception of
Yes, they were handwriting, Jonathan. And we're going to look at them after this.
the first year, the anno primera, or I forget the exact Latin term, but it's the first year of the Church of Satan. And that's still being celebrated today by this group of Satanists. As a matter of fact, one of their most recent victims, Amy Hilliard, who was abducted on the 25th of March of this year. One of the reasons that she was abducted was her address was 566.
Wow, Amy Hilliard. Hold on. I'm going to play it, but I'm going to look at that too.
And the numbers are really important to these people, and intersections and correspondences, and they see that as signs from their gods and the universe that they're meant to kill people. So once again, 566 refers to the first year and first month of the Church of Satan, which was May of 1966, and that corresponds to the address from Amy Hilliard. Going back to the word yo, the word corresponds to when the dice are rolled in the game of craps. Some people refer to it as a 5/6 roll. But when the dealer is rolling the dice, so as to not get number 11 confused with number 7, most dealers will yell out the word yo when.
Okay, so the husband of Bay Area woman who has been missing for 2 weeks opened up about the mental challenges his wife was dealing with the day she disappeared. Amy Hilliard, 52, co-owner of Farley's Coffee in San Francisco, which is right by Napa, was last seen on March 25th walking her dog near the 500 block of Radnor Road in Oakland. There you go. Still not lying.
11 is rolled. So they'll either yell out yo 11 or yo 11. So that's where the word yo comes from. Moving on, the number 11 in the English alphabet corresponds to the letter K. And in this language of the serial killers, the letter K equals the word kill. So once again, yo equals 11, 11 equals K, and K equals kill. So throughout the puzzle, you'll see this word yo, and yo is a threat or promise of death, depending on their inclination and if they decide to get serious and actually follow through and kill the person on that specific day. Let's see.
I don't know what you're saying, right?
All right. The next thing we're going to talk about is the demons of the Zodiac. And all of these people have killed more people than anybody would believe. They've been doing this for many decades, actually since at least 1963 for the founder and leader of the organization, which is Dick Nolette. However, I have to mention that the Zodiac may have started out as one person, which was Dick, or two people, which was Dick and his brother, Phil. But now it's a family affair.
Now it's a group of individuals, apparently, that are in this Church of Satan. Yeah, pretty little clues, man. This is crazy. Queen, I forget your name, John. Queen, damn it. Queen something. Pretty little clues. I was on her panel this morning for a few minutes.
Justine.
Queen Justine. That's right.
Yes, Keisha, it's driving me nuts.
What?
He keeps like smacking his lips when he's reading.
Who? This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are literally, well, I believe that there are a lot of members of this Church of Satan, which they call the Temple of Set. I think there's members in high and low positions of society, all across the country. But as far as the Zodiac itself, that is a family affair, and it could encompass people from Napa, California, from Prattville, Alabama, and even on the East Coast in the area of Maine, which is where the man that I call my father, Dick Nolette, was born, in Saco, Maine.
Saco, Maine. So you guys need to go check out Pretty Little Clues YouTube channel. Click on her name and go to her channel and sub up. She only has a couple hundred subscribers. We want to get her up there because she's got a good channel and she's very smart. So go sub up to her channel. Do me a solid. Go sub her up. Patriots following you around again. All right, here we go.
He was born there on the 12th of May of 1942. So let's get back to what I was talking about here, which is the demons of the Zodiac. In the Burger Chef Cipher, there are many demons mentioned, and they're hidden throughout the puzzle. They're usually placed closely to victims which have been sacrificed.
That started when he was 12, correct?
There's 6
Thanks, Pretty Little Clues.
specific targets that were named in the Burger Chef Cipher. And once again, this was published in September of 2019, well before any of the victims were killed. The first
What's up, Adam? Good to see you again.
victim was my best friend, Nestor Israel Gillen.
Now, Nestor Israel Gillen, I haven't been able to find him. Nestor Israel Gillen, I guess they killed him in San Francisco, killed him in Napa, and then brought him back to San Francisco and stuffed him in a tent and called it an OD. Nestor Israel Gillen. I don't know how to spell the last name, but I thought it was Gillian, but it sounds like it's Gillen.
He was murdered in San Francisco well before any of the victims were killed. The first victim was my best friend, Nestor Israel Gillen. He was murdered in San Francisco, and it was made to look like a drug overdose. Well, he was actually taken to Napa and murdered, and then his body was taken back in a tent, which was set up near the library in San Francisco.
No, I don't think so, sweetie. Keisha. Nancy Guthrie was part of a church in New York that her daughter went to, but the ladies met at one of their friends' house to watch the virtual service from New York. So they gathered every Sunday at one of the friends' house, or maybe they rotated, I don't know. But Nancy didn't show up, so the ladies got worried and called Annie, who went over to her house, and she wasn't there. Thus started the search, or that never happened. The search they should have done, but they didn't seem to do much searching, which we'll get into in a minute. But let's get through this real quick.
But the whole thing was staged, is what I'm trying to say.
He lived in Monterey County in California, but now he lives in Santa Cruz County. I know where he lives. I went by there. So, yeah.
And all of that's described in the cipher. So after my best friend's murder at the end of May of 2020, they seem to have, well, these are people that continuously kill. So I'm sure they were killing other people, including a little girl that was killed in 2025, Emily Pike from Arizona as well.
Oh no, Emily Pike. Sherry Jo Bates is also one of them. Emily Pike, also in Arizona. And this is just the kind of thing that's crazy enough for people not to take seriously. That's what upsets me a little bit. that is just wild enough to say, oh, this guy's off his rocker. He doesn't know a
Right.
damn thing what he's talking about, when it could all very well be true.
Her remains were found near a place called Globe, Arizona, which was one of the childhood homes of the founder of the Church of Satan, Anton LaVey. So, and there's a lot of other things. They put her body there for the road and the numbers on the road markers. They all mean something, and she was put there for specific magical purposes, which I'll maybe get into at a later time.
So I think this is the first part of a series from Richard that he's going to do to explain to all of us what he was trying to explain to Sleuth, and it kind of just didn't go well, and then Sleuth got spooked and cut up all the communication. So now Richard has no one to talk to. He kind of needs a friend, I think, that understands him. But I think he may just start a series here trying to explain all the stuff that's going on. I hope he doesn't have something happen to him. So, yeah.
Returning back to the demons here, though, the demons are mentioned and included in the Burger Chef cipher. They are placed close to the victim's initials, and they really have a, I don't know if anybody's ever heard the term legion, but it means,
Yeah, legion. You remember when
Yes.
Jesus said to the pigs, "What is your name?" We are legion. Many, many demons. That's legion. And he sent the pigs, what, into the ocean?
Over a cliff.
Over a cliff. No, he took the demons out of the guy and put them into the pigs, right?
I think so. And then all the pigs jumped over a cliff to their
Yeah.
death. Yeah.
So I haven't heard one lie yet, because I've checked everything.
it's just an enormous amount of demons. Like, you could never possibly remember all of their names. So they have a whole plethora of demons that they worship.
Baal, Baal, Legion, Set, all of the high places where in the old days people used to worship idols and demons. These are those demons that he's talking about.
But some of the main ones that are mentioned in from the Temple of Set in this Burger Chef cipher are, well, first and foremost, the word Set, S-E-T, is the name that this organization, the Temple of Set, gave to Satan. They said that Satan's original name was not Satan, but it was Set, S-E-T. So their form of Satanism is called, technically it's called Setianism, and that's what it's called. But all of these organizations,
Yes.
for a while, my family was calling themselves the Church of Four Pi.
Four Pi. But Beelzebub, yes, that's one of them too.
Which I don't know the specifics on that, but it's another branch of Satanism.
Four Pi?
My family was calling themselves the Church of Four Pi, which I don't know the specifics on that, but it's another branch of Satanism.
I gotta look that up real quick while I'm playing this.
So I don't know if they call themselves both now, or if they're only considering themselves the Temple of Set. But Four Pi was the branch that they were called before they were called the Temple of Set. And once again, it all goes back to the original Church of Satan, which was in San Francisco. And to my knowledge, I don't think that human sacrifice was, well, outwardly anyhow, of course, human sacrifice was not a part of the Church of Satan. And it seems like, well, he may have been a strange individual, very eclectic and esoteric, and very well educated too. It does not seem like Anton LaVey was as evil as the more recent iterations of these groups of Satanism.
I just looked up that, and yes, it's there. It's true. The Circa Order of Dog Blood. Four Pi Movement. believed to have been active in Southern California, perhaps Ohio in the early 70s, was right next door to Indiana. Alleged satanic cult has been blamed for, or at least linked to, acts of violence. Oh my God.
All of these groups pay homage to Aleister Crowley, who once again was he founded a lot of the principles upon which these groups form their worship practices, their ritual practices. He was very educated man and researched things all the way back to ancient times.
We did OG Nanny. We had a great vacation. It was relaxing. We had lots of good food. I went deep sea fishing, caught some mahi-mahi. We took it to a restaurant and they fried it up for us. And we ate all of it. The last day we were there, we ate all of the fish, and then I had a whole bunch of ice cream left and I ate pretty much
all of it. We went and bought Hershey syrup and a can of whipped cream, and Mab was like, "It's our last night, man." He got a big old dish from the kitchen, and I think I took a picture of where's my phone? I think I took a picture of ice cream. I did. And we are going to.
Let me not. How's it going? Good to see you. How's Lucas? Is almost, yeah, he's pretty much back to normal. Lucas is Sheila T. He's eating his food normally now for the first time today. I think that vacation was good. Look at that. That big old thing of ice cream.
Yeah, Lucas made us cook his food and add seasoning to it for like 3 weeks. Our house sitter cooked for him, and then this morning I'm like, and then when I fed him, he ate everything right away. Before, he was being real picky about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try to make it without heating it up. I just put some hot water in it and I put it down, and he scarfed it up. So that makes our life a lot easier.
Yeah, plus it's going to cost a lot less.
Yeah, he's doing better. He went through like $300 worth of meat in less than a month.
Yeah.
He's eating better than we are.
Yes. We can't afford the meat.
We cannot do that every month. That's ridiculous.
And the Key of Solomon and early works in alchemy, all of those and a lot more, including the I Ching, and just on and on. There's a lot of different contributions to the religious beliefs of these groups. In the early 1900s, Aleister Crowley wrote a book called The Law, and the sole principle of quote unquote the law was, quote, "Do as thou wilt and then do no more." So basically, the whole idea of Christian morality and any kind of morality was out the window.
Aleister Crowley, Satanist, and yeah, there's a lot of them running around, especially in the higher up echelons of political life. Let's see that.
It was basically just a free for all. Do whatever you want, regardless if you hurt other people, and very amoral and well, I don't know if it was intended at the time to be as sadistic as it turned out, but this group now is the most sadistic version of Satanism imaginable. They really derive a lot of pleasure from all forms of sadism, including physical, sexual, psychological, mental, any kind of infliction of distress or pain upon another individual that they can do seems to give them great pleasure and joy. So once again, the demon that the disembodied demon that gave Aleister Crowley all of his knowledge for the book called The Law was a demon called Eiwas, Eiwas, and he delivered the prophecy of the law on April 8th, 9th, and 10th. I believe it was I don't know. I think it's 1908.
I don't know that he enjoys this to juice. We eat a juice for the juice. He just has to get into the sadistic details of it, he's enjoying what he's saying. I don't think so. I don't think he enjoys it at all. In fact, he's quite traumatized by it. If you'd listened to Sleuth's interview with him before, you will find that out. No, I don't think he enjoys it at all. In fact, I can feel in his voice just the torment that he's gone through his whole life. I mean, I feel it. I don't know about you guys, but I do.
Anyhow, he's mentioned in the top right of the Burger Chef cipher, surrounding actually very close to the numbers for Nancy Guthrie. Let's see.
Thanks, Leo, for the suggestion.
So,
What's that?
About asking the supermarkets for expired meat or close to expired meat that they use to make dog food anyway.
Yeah.
For Lucas, thank you. We already ordered him some more. We get it from a bison company, but that's a good idea. Didn't think about that.
Well, Pretty Little Clues. I know for sure that this guy is named Richard Nolette because I looked him up in his real estate license, and he was a real estate in Azteca Realty in Salinas when he said he was. And he lost. He got in a fight where this woman sicked some nut job on him, and he flipped and beat the crap out of the guy in self-defense. And then the woman flipped the script on him, and he turned out to, they said he was the aggressor, and he lost his broker's license because of it, and he lost his whole livelihood because of it. So quite traumatizing, in my opinion.
in addition to Set and Iwas, some of the other demons mentioned in the Burger Chef of importance are the demon called Baal. It's different spellings. It could
Ball, yeah.
be Bal, Ball, Byall. It has different spellings throughout the cipher, but they all go back to
And the Bible.
that demon called Baal. And another one is the demon called El, just simply El, and that one is mentioned at the lower right at least twice, lower left and lower right.
It's crazy, right?
And once again, each of the victims are connected with the letters for the demons. I haven't done a thorough search. Well, I'm not into Satanism, so I don't have a complete knowledge of that quote unquote religion. And there are so many demons in that field that it would be impossible to know all of them. But I'm sure that there are many more that are hidden within the letters of the Burger Chef cipher. And I guess before I forget to mention it, Dick, the founder of he's the man that raised me, and
I'll show you. I've got these guys pulled up. His father and all that. So a few more minutes on this and we'll take some calls.
he's the Zodiac killer, and he is the head of this Temple of Set, or at least this group of the Temple of Set. He may be the leader of the whole organization at this point. I don't know, but I do know he was raised to be a Satanist, and he took his very first victim at a very young age. He was actually 12 years old in 1954 when he and his family murdered a little boy. His last name is Wood. I think his first name was Kenny Wood.
Kenny Wood. He must be in the Bay Area, or no, probably in Maine.
But the victim was 12 years old, and Dick was also 12 years old, and they left him bound and put his body in the river in Maine.
In Maine, Saco, Maine, I bet. Kenny Wood, Saco, Maine.
So the Burger Chef cipher is patterned upon the layout of the English board game called Snakes and Ladders. which then became the 1940s Americanized version called Chutes and Ladders. Originally, it was a morality-based game. However, the deeply sadistic family Zodiac, which is the family I was raised in, they flipped the script on this American classic by both mocking and inverting this game into a quote-unquote game in which rape, torture, and murder are celebrated. The family Zodiac is using the seemingly innocuous Burger Chef cipher to mock American society's ideals of morality, and beneath this, Christianity itself. Thus, the Burger Chef cipher serves as a black mass calling out of the perceived hypocrisy, perceived hypocrisy of both American society at large, as well as the supposed Christian values undergirding this society. With the words "we kill" opening the Burger Chef cipher and the word "anal O" completing this cipher, it would be very hard to ignore the underlying and deeply sadistic psychopathic message. In each and every way, the Burger Chef cipher is a celebration and a glorification of abduction, rape, torture, and murder.
Maine's coldest case. Police still don't know who killed Kenny Wood in Auburn, 1954.
In Maine or California?
Let
Because we have an Auburn here.
me see. I'm trying to see. From Gray. I'm afraid to hit anything because a bunch of pop-ups is popping up.
Okay. Somebody says Daniel Kenny Wood killed in Maine, 1954.
Yep. So, yeah.
The word analo or analo.
We don't want to hear that one. Anal. It means anal something ligature torture is what that means.
Oh, God.
Is meant to describe.
Just going to skip that part real quick.
Combined with airway or ligature torture by the use of a garrote.
And if you look at Sleuth's channel, I have a picture of it. In his pocket is a wound up piece of something that looks like a garrote in the pocket of the porch guy. Just saying.
Which is a simple device, usually including a wire or a string with a bar or a piece of wood at the back used to twist or tighten the device around the victim's neck in order to constrict the airway. And once again, all of this is done while the victim is being anally raped. So,
oh Jesus, I didn't want to get that in there. Sorry.
That's how brutal and sadistic these people are. I think from there, maybe we can move on to describing some of this cipher. Anyhow, my apologies, guys. This is my first shot at trying to do a video here on YouTube, so I don't know if any of this is going to turn out at all, but I'll keep trying until I can put something presentable together. All right, thank you.
There you go. Should I reply?
You can't read it. It's too small.
I mean, I'm wondering if I should put a comment. Maybe I shouldn't.
I don't know.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah. Anyway, the phone lines are open. If anybody wants to call in, throw down your theory.
You don't need your phone, right? You can answer from your computer.
Yeah. I think the line's open. I'll refresh it just in case. But yeah, this Kenny Wood guy, kid. Here's a picture of him right here. This is a kid right here, Kitty Wood.
Oh,
Poor little guy.
how cute he was. That's so sad.
So I have yet to find.
Italian girl wants your email.
It's mabinvestigates@gmail.com. I'll put it up here on the ticker for you. There it is. I just got a new Proton mail too. Mabinvestigates at proton.com as well. That's encrypted in case you don't want to use regular email.
Sheila says, I would only put a comment on his if you want to talk to him. He will call in. He tried to call into Sleuths the other night.
He did. I saw that. Well, his brother was in one of these chats that I was in and was making comments, and I screenshotted a bunch of comments because I'm not sure Richard is living in his apartment. I believe he might be camping in Pima County.
Okay.
Send me a Bitcoin. I'll send you a half a Bitcoin, and then you send me an email, and you send me the other half of the Bitcoin. Or if anybody, should we make a panel? Somebody to come up?
Sure.
No, that's not how you do it. Hold on. There's the link if you want to come up and chop it up with the Mabster and the Mrs. Mabster.
Joseph says Richard could be in this chat right now. He won't answer because he's scared.
Why is he scared? So he's not scared of me, I don't think.
No. Wouldn't you be scared, though, if you had all this information?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
If that guy was my dad, I'd probably be scared.
I don't know that I'd go online and talk about all this if I were him. But
Well, he believes in God. He believes he's being protected by the Lord. And he is kind of the only one that knows all of this shit and has the balls to come out here and talk about it. So I commend him for doing it.
mm-hmm.
He's scared his name was in the cipher to be killed. Yeah. You can be in the cipher and not be killed. You can be in the cipher and only be possibly killed. But Nancy, you got to think about this. Einstein was a Satanist, is a Satanist. I went through the files on the Department of Justice site, and I found the exact email where he was talking to somebody else and said, "You don't have a prostate, do you?" And he said, "No, I don't." And I got that. Let me see where it is. I'll show you guys. I have so many tabs.
And you say, I have a lot of tabs open.
Well, these are all tabs of
I
information.
know. It's just my phone. Oops. Because I'll look at something and then I don't close it properly, and then I've got all this stuff open, and then my battery dies and I don't know why, and then I have to close
Oh,
everything
I put it up towards the front. That's what I did. Okay. Here it is. I'll share it with you guys.
Pretty Little Clues says she can't find the name he referenced as his best friend, the one that got killed. Wasn't it Nestor?
Yeah.
Do you remember his last name?
Gillen. Nestor Israel Gillen. You guys see that?
It's hard to see. If I put my glasses on, I might be able to read it. Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Richard. Exactly. And it's not clear what effects those hormones might have if they aren't replaced by testosterone. And so the advantage of taking testosterone, there are two different things. You can have high testosterone and still have a need for Viagra because you don't have a prostate, right? Jeffrey, correct. Okay. Now, let me share something else with you. This is the autopsy of the person that they found hanging in the jail.
That they said was
This was him.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Sheila, that's funny.
Let's see. Hold on.
Make that bigger too.
I just screwed up. Hold on. I can, but hold on. Let me do that because I did it on my own screen, not the other one. Yes. This is the LabCorp about his prostate.
This is the autopsy?
It's part of it. The prostate specific. Anyway, this is talking about him having a prostate, which he doesn't have. Clearly, we saw he doesn't have one. So I have evidence that basically that he is not deceased, and he is not in jail either. And neither is Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay. They're both Satanists. So how far flung is it for the email?
It's interesting. I mean, I know that you are very dedicated and very smart and know how to do research and stuff like that. And you're probably not the only person in the world that has referenced this information and has put two and two together and realized what you've realized.
Yeah. And we're going to play a video of a guy who thinks along the same thing. Gillian Nestor, Monterey Bay, did you find it?
What?
If anybody finds Gillian Israel, Nestor Israel Gillen in San Francisco.
I thought he was in Salinas.
Maybe in Salinas, but they killed him on Heather Lane in Napa and put him in a tent in San Francisco and made it look like an overdose.
It's just wild to me that this stuff is just like out on the internet and the people think, the government, whoever is hiding him, think that we are all too stupid to figure it out.
He had shit on every powerful person. It was the biggest honeypot operation on the planet, and he had info on everybody, including Bill Gates. That's why his marriage fell apart. It's because of Epstein, basically. Yeah, I've done my research, you know what I'm saying? And I just hope that when they realized that he was out and that she had just got released, and they might do something to Nancy, that they got her out, the family hid her out, and just did the psyop that she got kidnapped and she's really alive somewhere. And this is all just BS psyop, and we're never going to find out who did it, but she's still alive. That's what I hope for.
And do you think her family knows or no?
Yeah, all of them know. And they all have to be in on it for it to work like that. Or it could have just been, I mean, Cameron was in military intelligence, so.
It just doesn't seem like Savannah was faking her grief. You know.
Maybe she didn't know. And then maybe Cameron's the only one who knew.
Ugh,
I don't know.
I can't even imagine.
But if you listen to Fugitive TV,
We can't hear it, honey. Honey.
right, I got it.
Italian girl, Mab's email is mabinvestigates@gmail.com.
Correct.
You want to see Daddy? I'm going to let Lucas in.
Caught on a Ring surveillance camera the night she was kidnapped. Video obtained by Fox Digital shows a dozen cars triggering the camera's motion detectors as they sped by in the hours after her abduction.
I don't think she was kidnapped. We would have heard. Listen, there would have been a.
This is the wrong video. Sorry.
You don't want to study?
He doesn't want to see Daddy. Wrong video. Sorry.
You're fine. No.
Let me find the right one. Sorry, you guys. What's he doing?
He wants to go, you know, he's playing his game with me.
Flojo. Let's look up Flojo.
He's not going to, no. He's like panting and begging for a friggin' treat. I am gonna make coffee. I have to go to work tomorrow for the first time in like a week and a half.
All right, I'll put the number back and see if anybody wants to call in. There's the number. Let me get to the right video, damn it. I was just watching it so I can find it that way. Where's my history? Dang it. This one. All right. Where's 101 SB? What's up?
Hello, hello. You came in, visited me, so I figured I would return the favor.
Thank you. How you doing?
Good. I was so lost at the beginning because I watched it, but only kind of. So I was super confused as to how the two were connected. So
Yeah, so this is Richard Nolet, who lives by me. I actually went by his house to make sure there was the same place where he said he was living off of Sleuth Intuition's video. So I went there and it was the exact same place that was on Sleuth's camera. So I just wanted to make sure.
that weird video that he sent or whatever?
Well, I went there to make sure he really was talking about the same. Sleuth showed a video from Richard's ring cam of
Mhm.
somebody coming up the stairs, noticing a camera, and then turning around and running back down the stairs with something that looked like either a helmet or a head in his freaking hand. So it's probably a helmet because his brother's into motorcycles, and it may have been his brother. And
Yeah, that was weird though. Why? I mean, if you're just stopping by or going there, why would you have your, I don't know, put your helmet in your bag right away? That's
well,
weird. But I saw that. That was weird.
you don't
Oof.
get your helmet stolen while you're off your motorcycle. I mean, I had a Harley that I sold a few months ago, so I would leave my helmet on my motorcycle if I was somewhere where I could see it. But if I was going inside of a store, inside somebody's house, I'd take my helmet with me. And there's a
Yeah.
bag that you keep it
Yeah.
that looks like
Yeah.
that.
I guess I just didn't know if you put it in the bag right away and take it with you, but to
Yeah,
each their own.
it does make sense that he would keep his helmet in his bag. And he had a leather jacket on, so it could have been him. So he was kind of afraid of that. But the video, it panned out that it was him that lives there. And a bunch of
Yeah,
people
that's
jumping on my
interesting.
case because I have a CCW license and I was carrying at the time, and it was like, I have a license to do that. That's legal. I can go wherever I want. Well, not wherever I want, but it's legal for me to carry.
There's
And
a few places you can't go in California.
there's
But anyway, what you did was legal, but I was freaking out the whole time watching you.
she was freaking out. A bunch of people were like calling me dangerous, all kinds of crazy shit. I'm like, you guys are just, I don't know what the hell, but whatever. I wanted to be protected in case, I'm always like that.
Plus, it's not a great area of town.
Yeah, it's not.
If anyone at night, but it's about 20 minutes away from our place.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I mean, I'd rather be safe than sorry. That's for sure. I mean,
Channel's called Pretty Little Clues, or your channel is called what?
that's what it's called.
Pretty Little Clues, guys. Go sub up Pretty Little Clues. She needs some
Thank
stuff.
you.
She has like 200 and something.
Hopefully
Yeah.
more now.
I was lucky.
Hopefully. And your hair looks lovely, Mrs. Mab.
Oh, thank you. I just put it in a little braid because it, I've heard if you have long hair, it breaks easily. And so if you braid it and sleep with it in a braid or sleep with a sleeping cap or something, hair doesn't break. Plus it's wavy the next day.
Now, this guy, Fugitive TV, he's kind of thinking on my level. So let's watch this video and we'll check it out. Let's see. Number 9.
Was Nancy Guthrie in this car, caught on a Ring surveillance camera the night she was kidnapped. Video obtained by Fox Digital shows a dozen cars triggering the camera's motion.
Down to you. I was the first person that showed you guys that Iranian connection, a woman who worked for her, or at least
Fatima Abanusi. I went through her patents. I already know who she is.
had employees at the house doing something for her. And the lady who owns this business is from Iran. And I've showed you she has multiple inventions. Some of these inventions, like one was to allegedly destroy DNA with some sort of UV lamp.
Not true. It's a hygiene lamp is what it is. It doesn't I don't know if it destroys DNA or not, but it's a lamp. I have the patents all up here in one of these tabs.
So I don't know what these inventions are.
I ran a patent agency for 20 years and I invented a bunch of stuff and sold inventions for quite some time. So I know all about inventions. And so I know her name's Fatima or Fatima Abanusi because you can't use aliases on intellectual property. So she goes by a bunch of other names in different areas. Donnie, what's up? How you doing, brother?
Bizarre. Then I did a couple videos on the Epstein
Fatima.
files with the connections with the Guthries and the Epstein files and how Savannah's Guthrie's husband is connected to
FATA Fatima Avenue.
Fatima.
Yeah, something like that. It's hard for me to go back. There's so many tabs open.
Oh no, you're good. You can just play it. I'll watch.
Epstein and the Clintons. I gave you a whole breakdown video on that too. So if you guys don't know, you can go check any one of those videos out. All right.
And what I think happened was that Hillary's brother passed away a couple months before Epstein was hanged or whatever in that jail, and that they swapped her brother out for him. And one of the guards saw it, and I have the guards, what he wrote as well as proof. So,
well, one of my last videos I did, I also told you guys about how I think it's staged. Now, I've tried to use my connections I've made in the underground world to even help with this case or the situation. I gave you a video where I'm actually interviewing a active member of the SATG, the South American Theft Group or Transit Group, whatever you want to call it. They don't call themselves that, but this is what law enforcement gave them. I gave an active interview with one of those individuals because for a minute, big media was putting them out there saying, oh, it could be them, when I knew right away it wasn't them. I'm
talking about staging the blood. I have the thing that you can stage the blood with right here. This is a tool I use in my garage to oil things. It's got a plunger. It's like a syringe, but
it's a monoject syringe. You can get them anywhere.
And I just went out on my front porch and I put water in it. I dropped it, drop. And then when I push it hard, it goes and it sprays just like aspiration. This little thing right here, you can fake the blood with this. If you drew her blood and put it in here, I could make those patterns on the porch.
I knew it wasn't.
Yeah, and
right
if there
away.
was any air trapped in there too, it would do the same thing.
Yeah, you could just shake it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And spray it, and it would be exactly like she coughed it up. But conveniently, they didn't cut the tile out and send it to Quantico so they could actually determine whether it was
So weird.
blood or what, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They didn't take the tile, they didn't take the mount, they didn't take, I mean, it's pretty common in cases like this to take the tile. You don't just swab it, you take the whole tile, you cut it out with a concrete saw. But they didn't do that. And they didn't do a lot of things that were normally forensically that you would do in a case like this, which is another clue that it's staged. Right? It's crazy.
It is not their model. It is not their MO. This is not what they do. And they don't want to do that because it would put a big spotlight on them and seize their whole operation. They don't want that. Listen, there's a lot of staged and a lot of cover-up events that happen in front of our face on big media, timeline, whatever you want to call it, okay? A lot of it happens. And the thing is, a lot of times we don't know that it's staged or it's a cover-up. We don't know any of those things until sometimes later on we find out, and sometimes we never find out.
The only difference between a conspiracy and the truth is about 5 years, okay? Keep that in mind.
So I'm going to give you in this video the ways that when I first saw, okay, when they first showed us the video of this porch guy, myself, I had doubts maybe about a couple days after I let the video kind of process. And I'm going to tell you guys all the doubts that I had. All right. So I know there's people out there that, you know, they might not think it's staged. They might not think any of that. Just like there's a select few out there that probably still think that this is just a random break-in and it was a burglary gone wrong.
Burglary gone wrong. It ain't that. You don't break.
I don't believe that.
To steal something and go, whoops, I didn't steal anything, but let's just leave with this lady instead. And it just doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
It's decided to take Nancy. Hey, if that's what you think, that's what you think. But I'm here to tell you, but You're wrong, definitely on that part. That's not the way burglaries work. That's not the way people break into your home to steal stuff and all of a sudden let's just take the old person with us. That is not how it works. If you know somebody right now personally that has done that before, please let me know in the comments below. But I'm pretty sure none of you guys know anybody personally that has broken into somebody's house, a senior citizen's house, and was like, hey, let's just take the senior citizen with us because the burglary went wrong. No, if the burglary goes wrong, they get left there. And then the people who are robbing or burglarizing are trying to get the hell out of Dodge. They are not trying to take the senior citizen with them because one, where are they going to put them? These people are.
It's a bigger crime than burglary. I mean, it don't make no
Right.
damn sense.
And what's the point?
Yeah.
Burglarizing the
Right. It's crazy.
Yep.
home. They're not kidnapping. They don't have a safe house to put them in. They don't have any. They didn't have plans for any of that. So once plans go haywire, they're trying to just get out and get back to where they know they're going to be safe without carrying a body with them. All right, because now a burglary, which you could probably get 5 to 10 years for, in some states 15, depending on if you have a weapon or not. Now you're looking at life and possibility to death penalty, depending on what state you're in, because there's a body and you're taking the body with you on top of that. So no, they are trying to get out of Dodge and like, hey, I wasn't there. I don't even know what you're talking about. So for the people that think it was a burglary, wrong. I'll let you know this right now. I'm going to give you guys a few cases that were either staged or look like, you can say they're all staged, or look like to perceive us, the media, or news outlets, or law enforcement, okay? Jesse Smollett. Jesse Smollett was a famous actor on a TV show. Now, I can't remember the name of the show right off the top of my head. So please below, let me know if you know what show I'm talking about, because I can't remember the show right now. But Jesse Smollett, in 2019,
Jesse Smollett, oh my God. Well,
Wasn't he in the one that did the fake hate crime?
fake
Yep.
crime. I mean, act like they were going to hang him, kept the damn rope on his neck while the police came, and had a couple of, I think it was Kamala and who's the other guy? Hakeem Jeff trying to pass a law about hanging and bullshit like that. Just so fake. It was ridiculous.
American actor Jesse Smollett staged a fake hate crime against himself in Chicago, Streeterville neighborhood. He staged 18-wheeler and convenience store robberies. The fake victims then used fabricated crime reports to falsely claim, they were falsely claiming immigration benefits, okay? So what they were doing was using these crimes to claim that they were eligible for immigration benefits. Lawyers were involved with this. Then we have the unaliving of Eric Kingston. Sorry, it's actually the M-U-R-D-E-R, but smaller channels like mine, we can't use the word M-U-R-D-R or the video gets shut down, and sometimes it'll let it go, but it just won't spread, all right? So the unaliving of Eric Kingston. In Plymouth, England, a woman staged a horrific crime scene to cover up the fatal stabbing of her chronically ill 80.
Sherry Shane says Richard's brother Michael called Sleuth. It's him. And Michael says he's dangerous and doesn't want his name mentioned again. Doesn't want whose name mentioned again, his or his brother's? Michael's.
I think Michael says he doesn't want that Richard's dangerous, and Michael doesn't want his name mentioned again, would be the way I interpret that.
One says he's dangerous and he says he's dangerous. Maybe they're both dangerous. You just stay away from both of them.
Agree to disagree on this one. Yeah. I don't know.
3-year-old husband. She called emergency services claiming intruders had broken in and attacked him. But forensics ultimately revealed the burglary was fabricated to disguise of what happened. All right. Then we all know about this one. We have the John Benet Ramsey case, one of the most famous unsolved cases in U.S. history, centers around the bizarre 6-page ransom note left at the scene. Authorities and forensic investigators heavily debated whether the kidnapping and unaliving of a 6-year-old was staged by her parents or family members to cover up an accidental death in the house. So we have, these are just a handful. A lot of cases. I've done a couple cases.
I can tell you a few conspiracies that I can see clearly right through, but a lot of people can't. And you tell them, they'll just think you're nuts. So why even speak of it? Right?
Right.
I've been around and I've studied a lot of stuff, and I know a lot of shit, right? Some people you just can't you know, they're so conditioned, I would say, by the mainstream media that they just cannot believe anything that's out of the norm. He left Dynamite 97 a comment asking straightforward questions. Yeah, I bet he did. I don't think he wants to be out there either.
Where they not law enforcement, but the person responsible tried to stage it to make it look like something else. And guess what? It didn't happen that way. What's the case that just happened? The up hair with the babysitter and the husband and the wife. They took out the wife and they tried to make it look like the wife was on a website, like a fetish website, and they had some stranger guy come over in the morning and he ended up being in the middle of it. They took him out too. So it happens, you guys. People trying.
It's like that Tepe murder. The guy held a grudge for 5 years and came and took out the wife and the husband. And he was a dentist, right? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
He
yeah.
He went for American Idol too. Had a really good voice too. But
He was a pastor,
yeah,
not a dentist.
no, the pastor guy did the same thing, but
Right.
different case. Yeah. What's up, Jim? Wanda, K Beach.
And stage things all the time. So I want to give these cases to you just so you can see, yeah, things do get staged. Now, before I get into, I'm going to have to tell you a little bit about what I did to become a, I should say, I guess you want to call it successful fugitive.
Madonna Maria, hello, good to see you, sweetie. Good to see you. Yeah, this guy's a fugitive, used to be a fugitive, so
Okay.
we'll let him tell us we did. But so that guy that called the interview room the other night, I think he's a little sus, and he was into identity theft and Bitcoin, right? Did you hear that stuff? Pretty little clues.
I'm sorry. Did I hear what? I saw someone in the chat said that Richard's brother had commented on the video, so I'm looking through the comments, so I missed it.
Cash Patel used AI for perp. No, I think the video is real. I think it's just staged. I think there were more. I think there was a major puppet master that hired another puppet master that orchestrated the idiots to do what they did. But I think there was yeah.
I've heard the theory that it's an AI. You know, I've heard a theory, that we see a car in the background, we see a person in the background. I mean, I think that a video has been dissected to death. And
I
don't know.
I got. Oh, is that it? I have the video saved.
Well, let's get through this guy's video.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to do.
Without giving you the full details, because if I gave you the full details, I mean, there could be a wrong person listening, and of course, use what I say
a few times.
Yes, there might be one person out of the thousands that might watch a regular job. They worked for one of the organizations in Mexico, and all they did was kidnap people. That's all they did. Ever since they were young, they just kidnap people. Okay.
Thank you,
came to America, got caught up, and now he's doing life in prison. All right. Well, he even told me some things that made sense, you know, that I shared in the first video about that. And
somebody just get your 5 membership. It was Madonna Maria. Thank you so much, darling. I love that. We got more goats in the goat pen. Wait. Because I just got monetized recently too, like a month ago, right? 6 weeks.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, maybe
I think
2
I
months.
have like 3,000 hours of watch time.
Yes, you do.
That's why I was doing like, we had a garage sale. I streamed the whole thing. I was doing like 8-hour live so I could stack up the time, right, to get monetized.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, you just got to keep plugging away.
Yep, little bits at a time.
Yeah. And getting monetized doesn't mean you're making any money. It's like,
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I was looking and to even make, I think, a few cents off of a short, you have to have like the million. No, I think what is a million views? Like maybe $100 or something. It's a crazy, insane amount of hours that you have to have. So
yeah, bizarre. I mean, yeah, I think I made like $300 so far. I haven't taken any money out because I'm starting a nonprofit.
oh
And
yeah, your 501c3. How's that going?
yeah, I did all the paperwork today. It's
Oh,
all right here in this
difficult.
folder right here. I spent hours today doing that.
Yeah.
And I filled out the 1023 so I can get approved by the IRS to be a 501c3. And once that happens, then I go get a bank account, and then I'll be good.
Yeah, and is your primary motive going to be solving cold cases and helping out families?
Yes,
Very nice. Love it.
but it's a little bit more breadth than like strictly one thing. It can be helping out families in need, families of missing loved ones. It can be veterans, Gold Star families, and it can be public outreach. You know, so it's there's some breadth to it. So I'm hoping to apply for grants and stuff, and you know, making a difference. Since
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
blessed so much in my life, right? I don't want to try to give back after all that.
And it made a lot of sense. Now, here's the thing that some people, I guess, can't comprehend. Some people can't comprehend the whole staged theory, okay? That why would it be staged? Who would allow this? Would our government allow this? Would our police force allow this? They would allow anything, okay? Anything. Depending on who the puppet master is behind the scenes, they're going to allow anything.
If they allow people in Minnesota to steal gazillions of dollars right under our noses, and fake daycares and fake hospice centers and fake autism centers, they damn sure will fake something like this.
Now, when I was a fugitive,
Yeah,
first of all,
whatever.
I had to figure out how can I successfully avoid the police, avoid detection, avoid being caught. I had to successfully think about how to do this, and not just think about it one time and I'm done. I'm talking about think about this almost every single day. Now, I will tell you guys, it was very hard mentally because you are constantly watching over your back. Okay.
Good for you, Madonna Maria. I love that. Mrs. Mab wants to have a kitty rescue place. She wants to have like 100 kitties. I'm like, I don't think so. One kitty is good.
You're constantly watching over your back. You don't sleep at night. You're paranoid on a lot of things. It is very hard. But because of this, I'm able to see some of these cases and able to predict certain moves that maybe the criminal might do or where it's going or the situation. Okay. And that is.
And I got pretty much the same kind of thinking he does because I dealt with criminals for like 30 years. So I know how criminals think, and I can predict their behavior. And I can see behind behavior, just like the Emmanuel Haro case. I knew his wife was lying her ass off, and so was he. As soon as they opened their mouth, I knew they were lying because there was no real tears. It was just all fake. Just like the Sebastian Rogers case, I feel the same way about that. Jack and Lily Sullivan, same way I feel about that. It's the behavior of the parents. Now, if you want to look at a parent who acted real when they lost their son, look at Michael Monkey Vaughn case. That mother behaved like a mother is supposed to behave.
That's why some of these cases I am able to look at certain things like, all right, This is solved right here. Here's the motivation. Here's the person that did it. This is probably what they're doing and what they've done next. Caught, case closed. This is one of the reasons why I'm able to do that, is because of this experience that I gained of being on the run, being a fugitive. I'm able to use this now and on other people. Okay. Because think about this. And over here, but I'm really right here. That was the easier solution for me. And not only that, how can I figure out how to monitor the situation? How can I figure out how to watch them go over there and over there, but I'm watching them from right here?
Yeah, I think that's the same thing what Richard's doing, because I don't believe he's living in his apartment. I believe he's camping somewhere, and he's keeping tabs on his apartment through his Ring camera from wherever he is. Now, I don't know that for sure. That's just my opinion. Mab, can you carry all over your country? You're covered. Thank you for your service, Mab. No, I cannot carry all over the country. I tried to see if I could go to Arizona and carry still while I was there, and I can't. So no, you can't. Some states have reciprocity, but not Arizona. I haven't checked other places, but you can in some places, or you can apply for a permit, like a temporary permit. So it's kind of, you got to jump through hoops to do that.
How can I figure all that out? Well, it was something that I figured out how to do. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to express everything on here, but it was something I figured out how to do. So that was part of staging. That is staging, right? So I have law enforcement going over here, or whoever's looking for me, they're going to go to this house. They're going to go to this city. They're going to go to that state, because guess what? We got him. He's over here. And then when they get there, I'm not there. I could be across the street looking at them, monitoring the situation. Like, you got the wrong house.
Oh yeah, guys, our new goal is 5,000 subs. We hit 4,000 today. I didn't even know until I looked, and we got 4,000. So next goal is 5,000. So if you ain't subbed up, sub the hell up. Hit the damn like button. I don't say it a million times, but I'm saying it right now. So do it.
I see you guys are trying to be on my tail. Okay, now I got you guys where I want you, because you guys are going wherever I say you're going. I'm literally the puppet master now. So because I was doing this, I'm able to look at certain things and see certain things like, I think something's off here. Somebody's throwing something off, because this is something that, hey, maybe I would have done, or something I would have thought about. All right. So
yeah, a lot of YouTubers are ex-criminals, like JLR, like this guy. Well, you can't call me a criminal because I got away with everything I ever did. Never got arrested, so technically I'm not a criminal. Never was.
at that time, we didn't have a lot of surveillance that we do now. We had cameras, okay? Cameras at that time with a video face recognition, it just was coming out. They had it. So I had to, even though they had it, I had to pay attention to the news. I had to pay attention to technology. I had to pay attention to all this stuff, okay? I had to watch everything. I watched news. At that time, YouTube was out, but YouTube really wasn't broadcasting the news like that. So I watched local news, national news. I got newspapers. I was with the other everybody else, which I've been saying from day one. It's going to be hard because technically, we don't even know if he had two masks on. He can have a flesh mask.
I don't think he had, flesh masks. They got these flesh masks that you can wear that you can look like whoever you want. All you got to do is put this mask on. It's like you look exactly like somebody else, and you can put a mask over that. Now you can look like a black guy. Remember we showed you the bank robber who was dressed like a black guy, who had one of those masks that made him look like a black guy, and he had sunglasses wherever he was robbing the banks. And even his mother, when they arrested this black guy, and his mother said, yeah, I saw him robbing banks. And it wasn't even a black guy, it was a white guy. But the mother even was fooled by it. The mother of her own son was fooled by it. And that's how easy it is to do. It's just like Charles Hollingsworth. Yes. Charles Hollingsworth is right here.
Hey, Mab.
Yeah. You going to bed?
Yeah, I got to go to bed.
Okay.
So I'm going to say
14. Okay.
all right. So I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for coming. It was great to see you, everybody, again. I didn't shout out to everyone I saw, but hey, Jim, I want to say hi to you. But I will see you soon, and thank you for coming.
Thanks for being here, Mrs. Mab.
You're welcome, honey.
I love you.
Love you too.
All right.
Good night.
Bye. Kicked her. She's been kicked from the studio. Oh, I love to do this for some reason. All right, let's do this.
Underneath that with a fake mustache, eyebrows. If you guys don't know what a flesh mask is, look it up. Google it. They have flesh masks where you put a mask on, you literally look like somebody else, okay? So we don't know if he had a flesh mask on and another mask because he had two gloves on. As soon as I saw the video, I called it out. I think I was probably, there's some stuff in his case that I called out originally that caught on later on, okay? The two glove thing. As soon as I saw it, he's got two gloves on. Two gloves, easy, okay? So that was the first thing I caught. Then later on, I started thinking he might have two masks on. His body built, he's wearing that jacket. He might have a couple layers of clothing on and could be skinnier than what he looks like. We don't know. Because if he went on this full display from head to toe, we don't know what else he did, all right? The full backpack. When he bends over, you see the backpack is filled to the brim. What is in the backpack?
He could have had like a fold out thing where you carry your bodies on, you know, with two guys with like a board that you unwind. Could have had one of those. We could have had a tarp. It could have had anything in there. Could have had medical supplies. Could have had sedatives. Could have had equipment to draw blood. Could have had one of these things to stage the scene right here. I mean, I could have done it just with what I have.
What exactly are you doing breaking into somebody's house with a full backpack on that's filled to the brim? People who burglarize houses, they are trying to get in and trying to get out. They're not getting in already with a full backpack.
Yeah, weeded juice, 40 juice. I remember that. Yeah. And he ended up at the mine location up in Tahoe. Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, you got to think like the perp.
Because where are you going to
ATWY, good to see you.
put any items that you steal? Nobody can answer that question because that question does not even exist. Nobody's breaking in your house with a full backpack already with items in it that's filled to the brim. It doesn't work that way. All right? It doesn't work. You might see some movies where people will take a knapsack, a pillowcase. Guys, that's just the movies. That might have happened back in the early 80s, whatever, but that's not happening nowadays, okay? People are not breaking into your house with knapsacks, all right? If they have a backpack on, the backpack is not full. The backpack is usually empty and they're putting the stuff in the backpack and then they're going to be leaving with the stuff, okay? That backpack was full to the brim. So what will be in there? Was there staging equipment in there? Which I'm going to get back to, okay? Then they talked about the car. The famous Ring camera incident, okay, that was taken by a house. The very next day, me and Julia, who helps me do my research, we found not the same night.
I need me a Julia to help me do my research.
That same
If you're a Julia, email me.
night, when they put out the footage of the car, me and Julia found out the exact house that.
Oh my God, Sheila T, if you find that Nestor and seen his obituary, send it to me if you remember. That would be cool because that's the one that I can't prove. Only the one thing that Richard's saying that I can't show proof of.
Ring camera came from. They weren't even telling us the location house, but we found it.
Was Nancy Guthrie in this car, caught on a Ring surveillance camera the night she was kidnapped? Video obtained by Fox Digital shows a dozen cars triggering the camera's motion detectors as they sped by in the hours after her abduction. But this one is getting intense attention. It was taken at 2:36 a.m. That's 48 minutes after the kidnapped suspect was caught on camera at Nancy's front door. It's also 8 minutes after her pacemaker disconnected from her cell phone, which is the moment she is thought to have been taken from her house. The Ring camera is located here, 2.5 miles from Nancy's home. The car is thought to be a Kia Soul based on its slanting roof.
Then I showed you guys that same night. This is a Kia Soul. Same night I showed you guys that. So when that video came out the exact same day, that night, me and Julie already solved that video. We solved where it came from, gave you guys the Kia Soul, all that. Then about a few days later, now I see News Nation talking about the Kia Soul. I see all these other people talking about the Kia Soul. Now I see them talking about where the Ring camera came from, all right? Which is fine. You know, that's fine. But we were on it. I'm just telling you guys, we were on it. Pima County was supposed to be invested.
Yes, I did get your email. I got it, Italian girl. You're 99% sure they're the same person. Let me check it out. Italian girl. I've seen this guy on different videos. Yeah. I don't think it's the same guy. I've seen another video of his. It's not the same guy, because Richard Nolette is not the same guy as this Halstead character. Yeah, he has a bunch of stuff on YouTube, but it's not the same person as the guy we're talking about. Totally different age. A lot of people sound similar, but no. I checked that out already about a month ago. I almost bought it, but because he sounded weird, he had those same pauses in his voice. But no, it wasn't the same guy.
Investigating this Ring camera footage. Now they're saying, oh, none of those cars, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Act like you never saw the video because none of those cars matter. Okay. All right. Now they're giving.
The lip smacking is the same too. Yeah. Specific info you're looking for. I'm looking for Israel Nestor Israel Gillen of San Francisco or somewhere around the Bay Area that OD'd in a tent. Nestor Israel Gillen. It may not have even gotten any attention because it was just another OD of another homeless person in a tent. All right, lower short legs, I got you. Could be. I can't. It's either Gillan. Gillen. It sounds like Gillen. He said Gillen, not Gillian. He said Gillen, which Gillan, Gillan, Gillen, something like that. It's got to be something like that. But Nestor Israel is pretty specific. I didn't hear the lady talk on Mark the Shark. No, it didn't happen recently. I don't know when it happened. I'd have to go back and listen to Richard.
Us, what, a week or 2 weeks ago, they start showing us a path that the suspect could have possibly taken. Remember this path. Only issue is with this path that I guess Annie drew up or gave the police. I don't know.
It's Gillen. Joseph Bennett says it's Gillen. It's 2019. Well, it was one romantically. Richard was involved with this person romantically. It was the only person that he was romantically involved with of the opposite of the same sex, is what I'm trying to say.
They were talking about this path the first few days, guys.
I heard about that. I heard she got punched or something. A lady, Mary, went to where Aaron worked and she was abused. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. All right.
You guys remember the Circle K gas station that's allegedly there was a car there they were trying to check out? Remember the Circle K gas?
The lady in Mark the Shark was questionable in many ways. Yeah. They have a video of it.
The Circle K is on the same path. So the path that they're talking about now, they were talking about that when everything first happened because they were already at Circle K looking. So now they're just giving us recycled information to throw into our face. So we can be like, oh, because people have a short attention span, so they might not remember everything. I remember. As soon as I saw that path, I'm like, isn't there a Circle K right down the street? Yeah, it's the same Circle K they're already talking about. So they're already talking about this path. Well, back to the guy on the video. He has the backpack, red flag 1. He has the weapon in front of him. Next red flag. Everybody was so concerned that the holster didn't match the weapon. Everybody was so concerned about that. Why doesn't the holster match the weapon? Oh, he's got to be amateur.
I'm going to be devil's advocate for just 1 minute. Because
send it to me. I think Dr. Gary Bricado gets it right here. So does Ann Burgess and Gary Bricado. This lady, not so much.
Because I actually think that this could be a beginner who doesn't know how to be stealthy yet. Because as you pointed out, the whole holster dangling there, I mean, it is Amateurville.
Amateur,
the whole thing.
It was a staged as a OD found in a tent in San Francisco, but it was really a unaliving in Napa and then carried to San Francisco.
And the flora in the camera, either complete staging or idiocy, pure idiocy.
This person's never done this before. He's a rookie. Well, you guys haven't caught him yet. He ain't that much of a rookie.
Ain't that much.
He's evaded Cash Patel and FBI, so he can't be that much of a rookie. Okay, you know why? Because it was done on purpose. First of all, who puts a holster in front of their pants with the weapon in it?
In my opinion, that's just a show, so the camera sees it. I mean, nobody carries a weapon like that. I've never heard. I've never seen anybody carry a weapon like that. So that was a showpiece. That was performative, in my opinion.
You guys, have you guys ever carried a holster in your front with a weapon? And let's say you have to go in his house and pick up some items, or you got to pick up whatever.
mabinvestigates@gmail.com.
Whatever it is, but you got the weapon in front of you, and you're trying to move something. No, and if you need to draw it real quick, that's why it's on your hip, so you can draw it. No, they got to reach in front and draw it. This holster was put there on purpose, so we could see it on the camera, so we could see that there is a weapon. That's why the holster was there in the front of the pants, so we can physically see there is a weapon right there. Because on the side, remember, there's a little antenna sticking out, walkie-talkie, Wi-Fi jammer, whatever it is in there. We really don't know exactly what's in there, but we know it has some sort of antenna. So Wi-Fi jammer, walkie-talkie, whatever it is. Okay. But it had the holster on the very front. Here, look at my weapon, guys. I'm right here. Okay. As they're casually walking up to the house. Then allegedly they spent, 42 minutes, 45 minutes in the house? But they can't give us an explanation why they spent so long in the house. Think about that. They can't. These pictures have no timestamps. These videos have no timestamps. You notice that? When's the last time you seen surveillance footage and they didn't give us no timestamp?
Yeah, that's crazy. It doesn't say NAS. It doesn't have a timestamp. They were obviously edited, those videos. So, I don't know. They didn't show us the video in the form they got it from.
No timestamp. But we know there was other cameras around the house.
That's right. He can't fire that weapon like that. He couldn't even pull the trigger or take the safety off with them gloves on.
There's been people out there with drones. One was it Mark the Shark from YouTube? He was out there with a drone over the house, and we could see the cameras right there. Nobody bothered to ask why they only took the Nest Cam. Some people said, oh, they probably took it so they don't see the video or see them walking out with Nancy. Well, what about the other camera that's sitting on top of the house? The other camera that's sitting on, it was by the garage on top of the guest house. Those cameras will easily see a car pulling up. So why take one camera, but you got the rest of them right there anyway? And not only that, you're covered from head to toe anyway.
I got 2 workers I got to text. It's already 9:30. I'm going to text my workers. I'm going to go grab my phone real quick. I'll be right back.
Anyway. Then you put some little bit of flowers in front of the camera. Ooh, like I said, guys. Now, here's another thing. Now, some people might get mad. I might say this. Some people might get upset. But I'm going to say it. Because when all this first happened, Ashley Banfield put out that Tommaso was the #1 suspect, right? Tommaso and Annie, which a lot of you people think they are. I can't blame you. Every single case I have covered, when it dealt with somebody missing, 99% of the time, it was the last person who saw them who's responsible for the missing, okay, or their death. 99% of the time, okay? I haven't covered really, I have to really think hard. What case have I covered where the person was discovered and it wasn't because of the last person they were with? I have to really think about that. And nothing comes out of my head because it's not normal. Usually it's the last person they were with that's responsible for them. So I understand people want to look at Tommaso and Annie a certain way. I get it. Some people are talking about Annie and Tommaso asked Nancy for a loan. I don't know how that started because some people even ask me that. My question to that one is, how would somebody leak that information? Who would have known that? If Annie and Tommaso did ask her for a loan, I'm pretty sure they would have asked her possibly, in the presence of just those 3. I don't think a friend was here and another friend was here. Now they're asking their mother for a big loan. That's something personal. Some people get embarrassed by that. So I'm pretty sure it had to be them. And I'm pretty sure Annie and Tommaso didn't leak the info. And we all know Nancy's not around. So who would have linked that? Now I did trace that back. Where did that come from? It did come from a newspaper or an article. I believe it was the Hinduism Times or whatever out of India. I believe are the ones who put that out and started that. How would somebody way over in India, a journalist in India, know that Annie and Tommaso asked her for a loan? Now, I'm not saying they didn't or they did. I always just question exactly where that source of information come from, okay? Everybody should question where the source of information comes from. Well, we were all looking at Annie Tommaso, which I know we all were, and we still do, right? Well, they were the last people to drop her off, allegedly. And that's all we know. And then they show up the next day. The first timeline, they were in the house for an hour, then called the police. And then a couple days later, they did another press conference and the whole hour disappeared, just vanished. And now they were only in the house 8 minutes and then called the police. Maybe because they realized.
That was interesting, huh? A whole hour disappeared. The Hindu Times said that. And where the hell are they getting their information from? I wouldn't say the Hindu Times has like sources, you know what I'm saying, close into this investigation. So I don't think the loan thing has legs on it, in my opinion. Like, they asked her for a loan, she said no, and they offed her. Don't think that's happening. Knock, knock, she says. Yeah. Boy, they should know that the Hindu Stand Times. I don't think so.
Realize, oh man, we gave them an hour. Yeah, the people were questioning what we're doing in the house for an hour. Let's change the timeline. I don't know. Not saying they did it, but it's possible. Well, the family has, to my knowledge, and you guys can answer this below, not once in all of these cases I have done has the family not put together a search party.
Right? Put together a search party. This family doesn't seem to be searching for their own mother. I don't see the behavior of people missing their mother. Now, Savannah, but she's, you know, trained actress too. She's in the business of, you know, reporting and stuff. So you don't think they care, Jim? I just haven't seen the behavior that I would project if it was my mother. It's not the same behavior I would project. My daughter was taken for almost 10 days and I was out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? I would have done anything to get her back. And I just didn't see that kind of desperation from Annie, Tommaso, Cameron, maybe Savannah, but in the very, and why is she quoting from the Silence of the Lambs? I mean, that was clearly staged, just that part right there, right? And when she did talk, it was staged with, you know, these Instagram videos.
For themselves. I've never done a case yet where a person went missing and actually have family that care about them, where the family has not gathered and put a search party together for themselves.
Right.
Some people might say, oh, Savannah's famous.
Savannah's famous, it'd be dangerous. She's got enough money to put together a search party with 1,000 people all holding hands, going 10 miles long through private property to find her mother, but she didn't do it. Yeah, my daughter, my ex tried to steal her and I figured out a way to get her back, but it was not fun. It was not fun.
She wouldn't be out there. Safety hazard. No. You got money. If you're famous, hire some bodyguards to be out there with you.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it could be that. You know, the first ransom note said time is of the essence. Hey, church, what's up? And the second ransom note said time is no longer of the essence, which means she died, obviously. And then they offered money for the body, that we want to celebrate her life with her. And that was half a Bitcoin, I think, or something, or a Bitcoin to get her body back. They were so cheap they wouldn't even do that. That's why I think the whole damn thing was staged. Right, church? You agree?
Hire some people to search with you. There's people out there that will search with you for free. There's YouTubers right now rolling around in the risking their life in a hot desert trying to search for Nancy for free. Now, some YouTubers might be getting a little bit of money because of live streams and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. They're out there searching right now. So if Savannah was out there in front of the house, and think about this, Savannah has control over the social. She's a journalist. She's a broadcaster. She is the host of the Today Show. She has friends in high places that me, you, and the other average person don't have. So she could have easily got a lot of people together. She could have got so many people together, they probably could have searched all the foothills in 2 days.
So big kudos says, I had a family member that was taken for about 30 days and went into protective custody until the perpetrator was sentenced. Yeah, I mean, there's, I heard of a case where, it's pretty detailed, but there was one case where this one guy was such a freaking maniac, bully, crazy guy that nobody could get this dude to stop committing crimes and being a crazy son of a bitch. So the whole town got all their weapons together and fired into his truck all at the same time, and they killed him, but nobody could figure out who did it because they all pulled the trigger at the same time and they all got away with it. Found Facebook with a Nestor Gillian last pic December 19th from Seaside. Can you send me that? Oh yeah, send it to me, honey. Appreciate it. Facebook, Nestor Gillian last pic from Seaside. That'd be him. That would be him. So that's true too. So I can't find anything that Richard has lied about. Not one thing.
Think about that. With her broadcasting, yes, we're doing a search party today at 5 p.m. Please come out. Water and snacks are provided. Please, vests are provided. Come out. Let's do this. And you don't think nobody would have showed up? But
Right, Kat. I would have been out every day too. Call in church. Go find him.
we see this one time. No, we didn't. Not at all. You know what we saw? $2,500 reward for Nancy Guthrie.
Hit the like button, sub up, y'all. We're going for 5,000. Trying to catch up with Patriot Pride. We're never going to do it, but we're going to try.
500, not thousands. 100. That barely covers my payment on my house. Then later on, when all hope's lost, oh, here's $1 million reward.
Yeah, they had a $2,500 reward at first. Can you imagine that? With somebody worth $40 million and they put up a $2,500 reward? That's nuts. That's not the behavior of someone who's actually missing a loved one. You just can't convince me of that.
These ransom notes came in. Starting to think these ransom notes were a cover-up, guys.
Ransom notes were just noise.
Starting to think these ransom notes were a cover-up to take our attention away. Then you have Savannah responding in her videos with lines from Silence of the Lambs.
You can only hit the button once unless you go out and come back in. Then you can hit it again.
Why? Why? Why are we responding with lines from the Silence of the Lambs? You guys can let me know. Do you know something I don't know? But why? Figure ask that question. So the one thing that a lot of people don't want to hear is the whole family behind this.
If you think maybe that the family is behind this and that she is still alive, or leave me a comment after this video. Tell me what you think is going on here.
Is the whole family behind this?
No, Nestor is not.
Because when things don't get solved and things don't add up and you don't see a clear motive, you don't see a clear
Right, Ash Cash, $2,500 is nothing.
anything.
You can even bury somebody for that.
Your mind, human nature will start taking over and start thinking the devil's playground. And now you're thinking, is the family involved in this? Which you shouldn't be blamed for thinking that. And when I'm saying family, is the whole family involved with this, not just Annie and Tommaso. I mean the whole darn family. Is the whole darn family involved in something that happened with Nancy? Is Nancy still alive? They just hiding her out somewhere? Is she in Monaco, chilling on the beach? And she's a brunette now with a cocktail in her hand because of some reason they wanted to keep her safe out the spotlight.
Somebody send me that Nestor stuff to my email, please. That'll give me proof of everything so far that you said.
Did Nancy pass away before this whole video and everything took place? Before this whole spectacle took place? Did Nancy pass away somewhere else? Is that house even the scene? Is that the first crime scene? Now they do say her pacemaker detached it from her cell phone at this time of the night, and the cell phone was left at the house. How do we really know all? How do we know all this? Did they ever show us proof of any of this stuff? Think about it. All we do is listen to what somebody tells us. How do we know it's even true?
9. That's good.
The blood splattered on the front porch. They said it was hers, which it could be, but how do we know the blood splatter didn't come from a syringe or some sort of spray bottle, whatever it was to plant evidence to make it look like she was taken from the house? How do we know she didn't really pass away in Annie Tommaso's? How do we know that she really took the Uber that day? We still ain't heard from the Uber driver. Think about it. We heard from
we heard from everybody but the Uber driver with the videos. I could stage the scene with this thing right here. Drop, 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 drop. You just hit this hard and it goes, and I can make the exact, I did it with water. I made the exact same pattern. I'll do it on video tomorrow. I'll put some red dye in it. I'll go bing, 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 bing. And I'll make the exact thing with this right here.
everybody, guys, please send me a link right now with a video of the Uber driver. Send me a link right now with a video of the Uber driver.
Why don't we have anything with the Uber driver? Nobody has interviewed the guy. We don't have a video. We don't even know. I mean, come on. We've talked to Luke Daly. We've talked to Carlos. Why haven't we seen the Uber guy, the Uber driver? Uber driver was supposed to have had the last video of Nancy. Yeah. No Uber driver ever came forward to be paid by the mainstream for an interview. Why not? Like, he could have made 50 grand or something. FBI interviewed him. Right. And told him, what? You don't own the video? Maybe they confiscated the video and Uber will not release the video and instructed him to keep quiet because I don't know why. Crazy, right? I don't know, man. It just seems really crazy. And why haven't we heard from any of the ladies from the church group? I know the family told them to be quiet, but why would they do that? Carlos, I think, was delivering packages and was in the area, and that's why he got swept up, because they use a software program called Gladiator. Look it up, Gladiator. And that's what the FBI used to geofence and get all the electronic devices in a geofence area. Hey, TrueBU, what's up? Good to see you.
If there is a video out there, it's on some little small network. We've seen interviews with Carlos, the person who was detained the very first time, way down south of Tucson, who now has a lawyer that's trying to sue Pima County for falsely arresting him and putting him in the spotlight. Okay. We saw interviews with Luke Daly, who was detained as well, his mom and everybody else. And Luke Daly already has a background record. Okay. And he's got a lawyer now trying to sue Pima County and do the same exact thing. We saw interviews with all the.
Send that to me, Queen Justine. Go sub up Pretty Little Clues. She needs some subs.
These people. Matter of fact, even Zach, the Middle Eastern, the guy from Jordan. Okay. And Zach, if you're watching this video, please reach out to me. Please do if you can. But even Zach, the one that's in Jordan, Middle Eastern, who says he was out there when all this happened, he is even popped up on certain streams and said, hey, but the Uber driver, do they even exist? Why can't we get it? Why can't we get an interview with the Uber driver? Has anybody even tried to reach out to them? Anybody? One person, two, News Nation, Fox, somebody. We get an interview with the neighbor, a few interviews with the neighbor, but none of the Uber driver. Why Nancy's church has never volunteered to search for her? Why the church never went out looking for her if she was so loved? Why the neighbors, if she was so loved, didn't go out looking for her? So I'm able to look at things and tell when somebody's trying to fool me. I'm able to look at things and tell when something doesn't look right. I'm able to look at certain things and tell, hey, somebody's trying to con me. Why? I did the conning. I know how to think that way. This all looks like we're all looking here when we all should be looking there. That's exactly what it feels like. And I know there's a lot of content out there, you know, a lot of recycled information about Nancy. This is why I don't do a Nancy video every day like some other people do, because I don't want to keep talking about the same exact thing. There's no new updates. Okay. They got the last thing we knew, they had a strand of hair with no root on it. People, one strand of hair with
Hey, Justine, Queen Justine.
Hello. Hello.
You found
Hi. I found on Facebook Nestor Israel Gillen passed away May 28th, 2020 at the age of 48 in Seaside, California.
Did you send it to me in an email?
I sent you the profiles. I think,
I see it.
yeah, if you click on the name that is in this link, and of course you can't on Facebook send actual freaking links, you know, you have to take screenshots.
I got it.
But here, I'm going to send you this screenshot that says the information that I just
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. But I wanted to tell you, I did not hang up on you. StreamYard is weird on my phone sometimes, and it'll just give me
Oh,
a
you're
delete.
using your phone?
Yeah, because I'm about to go to bed. I got to work tomorrow, and I'm on Central Time, so I'm 2 hours ahead of you. So it's almost midnight here.
Oh.
So,
Sorry. Night. You better get to bed.
yep, I'm just gonna send this literally before I forget, because I will squirrel on you, and then I'll forget to send you this thing.
All right.
Okay, I'm sending it, and I am going to bed. But have a good night, everybody. Thank you for the subs, and I appreciate you.
All right. Night.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Don't let the bed bug bite.
Hey, Root. Now, there was one individual out there who seems to be thinking along the same lines I'm thinking, Dr. Gary.
Speculating, that's what you do in this line of work. Yeah.
My sense is that if somebody was in there for 42 minutes, it was partly because they were staging the flower pots with the door and the whole thing. It is important to remember that it is entirely possible, although far out there, it is entirely possible that this is not really the crime scene.
There you go, Dr. Gary. He's a good one.
There have been many cases in which people have staged blood and a break-in. It's entirely possible that she was eliminated elsewhere, and then somebody goes to the house and makes it look like she was taken from that home by leaving the door open with the flower pots and sprinkling some blood in a way that makes no sense because there doesn't seem to be anywhere else.
This man, if this man was...
Right on, Gary. He's got it. Dr. Gary Burcato, the man.
Well,
Thanks, Wanda. She needs some help. She's only got a couple hundred subs. I'd like to get her up to 500 at least.
I'm going to tell you right now. If Dr. Gary is trying to figure you out or trying to search for you or figure out why you did what you did, you might as well just turn yourself in, guys.
This one.
Yep.
There's certainly a narcissistic element embedded in here, clearly, and probably moving beyond that into somebody with a more psychopathic quality, not to mention some sadistic cruelty in there. Whoever did this, as I said, there are signs.
You're talking about the puppet
extras.
master.
Talking about the puppet master.
Yeah.
And
or the puppet master running the subcontracting puppet master, because I believe there was a main puppet master and there was a subcontracting puppet master that ran the crew that did what they did. That's what my gut tells me.
the person at the door has this remarkable coolness under pressure.
Yeah, he's remarkably cool because everything's already done. He's just there to stage the scene. He's got no worries about getting caught or doing anything because it's already done.
It almost makes me wonder if it's because she's already deceased and this is a staging scene. So the person has no reason to be nervous. It's already over.
You might as well just forget about it because Gary is good. He is good. If they hired him
real good
to try and find me, he probably would have found me. Now, during the interview with Dr. Gary when he was, with Brian Enton, now the woman in the blue dress, totally different story. Her, I would have ran circles around her all day.
So maybe he's coming up. I just don't want to rule out the idea that this is a guy who, and I'm not saying this is his first burglary, but he's the opposite of professional. We talk about the confidence that you're viewing in that, and I see it too. He's not in a hurry, but I don't take it as he's done this 100 times before. Okay, there's the confidence of the toddler who just walks into traffic because they don't understand about speeding cars. And there's the confidence of Muhammad Ali getting in the ring because he knows he's just going to win. And I see this as almost the toddler walking into traffic. He just doesn't know any better. He does not understand that putting the flowers there is not going to stop his image coming from whoever eliminated her. So I get where you're coming from. I guess the biggest question is, if you were doing this to hurt Savannah or somebody in the family, wouldn't you want them to know it? So in the criminals I've dealt with, who are revenge and retribution motivated, they want you to know this is payback. So revenge might be best served up cold, but what good is it if they don't know it came from you?
Now I'm just being honest. I would have for 15 years, I ran circles around people just like that one in the blue dress. Okay. But Dr. Gary, on the other hand, the law had a bunch of him going around. Oh, it'd be a different story. He's on the same thing as saying that this is staged. He doesn't think this is the first crime scene. Not only that, you never hear social media. I'm not sorry, big news. Think about this, guys. Think about this. If she really was kidnapped out the house, that means the kidnapping would have been the first crime scene, right? Would have been the first crime scene. But you never hear big media talk about, well, where's the second crime scene? Think about that. Because where's the second crime scene? Wherever they took her to, that would be the second crime scene. But you never hear big media talk about, well, where's the second crime scene? Where could the second crime scene be? You never hear them discuss any vacant warehouses. You never hear them discuss any vacant cemeteries. You never hear them discuss that. It was always the house, the first crime scene, which is fine because we have to get evidence from that. We know that, but and nobody ever brought up, where's the second crime scene at, guys? Where could it? Because that would be a place where everybody's DNA is at. Nancy's, the people who did this. So I don't know who Porch Guy is. And I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I don't think we're ever going to know who Porch Guy is. I don't think we're ever going to know. Ever going to know. One day they might arrest somebody.
Sikorsky! What up? Oh, there's been a lot of shit going on, Sikorsky. I'm not in the other ones yet. I've just been chilling today. All right, let's do this.
Who's innocent? And I've been saying this from the start. Somebody's going to get arrested who probably really didn't do the crime, or they're going to arrest somebody who's going to take the fall for everybody else. Because I'm on the same thought as Dr. Gary. There's a big puppeteer who's puppet mastering everybody else. And the person you saw on the camera that we all saw, they're just a puppet. And that's even if they're alive still. Because from my sources, at least one of them is no longer with us. And from what my sources say, law enforcement even knows one of them is no longer with us.
Yeah, so they probably off the guy, the Porch Guy, and he's gone already. Yeah, I think
they're just not telling us, allegedly. But I figure I had to tell this to you guys. Let you guys kind of sort this information out, let it absorb like a sponge. All right. And hopefully I said some things that might spark something in your head that might make you sit back and think like, and then go back all of the evidence and feed and everything else that we were giving from the start. And maybe now you can look at it in a different way, a different perspective, like I can look at it. And now maybe you can sit back and look like, yeah, they are making it look like we're supposed to be looking, we got to look here, but really we should be looking here. Please join the membership, help support the channel, like and subscribe, you guys. I'm one of the fastest growing true crime channels in this sector. I've reached 25,000 subscribers in the last year. And please help me get to 30,000 subscribers. Let's try and get that by the end of the summer. Let's try. We're almost there. We're close. Please like and subscribe. Take care of one another. Until next time, look out for your surroundings. Watch your surroundings. Okay, this is Ray Marcel with Fugitive TV, and I'm out.
Ray Marcel from Fugitive TV. I just subbed him up. He's cool. And there's pretty little clues right there. Let's make me bigger. I got all kinds of backgrounds now. I got the Burger Chef Cipher background. I got the Burger Chef thingy background. I got the Nancy Guthrie background. I got the puppy. And somebody that doesn't look like Mrs. Mab background. I got the muscle bound Mab background. I love it. The green screen is awesome. It works really well. I got the blue version. Stick with the blue version for the rest of the stream. So, yeah, if you guys want to give me a call, now would be the time to do it because, oh, I have do not disturb on. It's off now. I just refreshed it. Now I'm going to share it. Yeah. Phone lines are open if you guys want to give me a call. Otherwise, I got to go to work tomorrow too. I got to work on my landscaping. I used to be hanging on a channel with some chill peeps. I love my chill peeps. Patriot Pride's got chill peeps. We got chill peeps. It's true if you don't know when it's payback. Actually did anything wrong, but the delusions you did. Mods, it's mabinvestigates@gmail.com. I had some weird people talking shit to me earlier in some of these chats. I just told them to kiss my arse. I don't give a damn what they say. Gardening and landscaping, that's what it's going to be. Mab investigates. Who's calling? Where are you from?
Hey, Mab. It's Sikorsky.
Hey, what's up?
I just wanted to call and say hi, man.
Hey, man, what's up? You were on a not a happy channel. You that was coming after you. Or what?
Yeah. No, I'm just tired, man. Sorry, I just sounded like, hey, how's it going? I didn't mean to sound like that when I called in.
It's all right.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah. I mean, you know, not trying to be all like weird and chipper, but at the same time, like, I didn't want to sound all down, but you know, it's Memorial Day. It's kind of a somber. Well, I guess it's kind of over now. Like what?
It's not over yet.
For the East Coast people.
I still got to call out the fallen from this latest operation. I got them right here lined up somewhere. I'm going to find the right tab. Here it is. We have DeClane Joseph Cody, Army Reserve Sergeant. We've lost him. We've lost Cody Aaron Quirk, Captain. We've lost Major Jeffrey Robert O'Brien. We've lost, what's an MSG? Noah Lee Teachins, Sergeant.
I think MSG is Master Sergeant.
Master Sergeant, there you go. And then we got Sergeant Benjamin Noah Pennington, Major John Alexander Kleiner, CW3 Robert McBenta Marzan, Master Sergeant Tyler Hanny Simmons, Tech Sergeant Brooke Pruitt Ashley, Major and Master Sergeant Paul Marie Amor. They've all given their lives in this Operation Epic Fury so that we can be free and have our constitutional rights, just like, you know, nobody has in Iran. Nobody has the rights that we have here.
And those are people that lost their lives like right now?
Yeah, in the last few months, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, my grandfather was in World War II, fought with the Japanese. He had a Japanese samurai sword. He was never right. He died of alcoholism. And I have a niece that was in Iraq. She got jumped by a bunch of people and she got the crap beat out of her in Germany. Yeah. And I've got other military family members. I remember I had to register for the draft under Reagan, but never got called, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's just one of those things, you know, like I grew up like not even knowing like these, you know, this time of year, a lot of people think like, you know, it's a day off and, you know, it's a get out there and grill some hot dogs and all that stuff. But I think like a lot of people really need to realize like, you know, like until you have it personally affect you, you don't really appreciate like what this day actually means, you know. Those people, some people might sit there and say it sounds cliched, like people laying down their lives and all that stuff, but no,
they do.
It's true. There's a reason why we don't have British accents, and there's a reason why we, you know, like we all bleed the same blood and care for each other the same way we should. And, you know, shout out to Ryan King, you know, Adam's cousin, nephew. I'm sorry if I get it wrong, whatever. I know you're in the chat tonight, Adam, but shout out to anybody that's lost anybody, you know, that's been in the military. And I'm gonna say this too, and I know like we all want to say it's, you know, in the line of duty, you know, whatever, but anybody that's lost anybody, whether it's to alcoholism even, because if you've served in the military and you lost your life, they sacrifice themselves too. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, I'm not taking away from, you know, being in wartime, you know what I'm saying, but anybody that's died during
police officer,
service,
guardsmen, our Coast Guard,
exactly,
our ICE agents, all of the people who serve that, you know, are in danger of losing their life in their occupation. So it's also that we can, you know, talk shit on the internet.
Yep. We can sit here and like you said, man, have free speech, you know.
I mean, if you did this in Iran and did a bad video about the IRGC, you'd be hung in the town square.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. But yeah. Thanks for calling, darling.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to call and say hey, and you know, and you're one of my favorite YouTubers, and you're one of my favorite mods because you're in like almost every other channel that I like to watch, man.
That's cool.
I love you to death, and
thanks.
Thank your wife too, and
I will.
Everybody in the chat, you know, thank your loved ones, and thank everybody in the service and the military, and God bless America, and
yeah.
You know,
God bless.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Thanks for calling. God bless you.
Yeah, man. Peace out.
Peace. Sikorsky. Great show last night. Great to see pictures of Ryan. Looks like a good dude. You can see the relationship between Adam and Ryan. I can see it. Yeah, it's a bummer. But you know what? We're living in just meat sacks, man. Our souls go on to a better place. And it doesn't matter if you're 3 years old or 23 years old or 43 years old or 83 years old. when you're done with this life, you go on to a better place. So don't be afraid of death. Death is not the end. Death is not something to be sad over. Death is something to be celebrated. Your life here, celebrate that and look forward to, you know, meeting your maker. I got it. I got 56 emails in there. Did you check the email? Let me refresh it. Yeah, I see. I've seen that. Got it. Interesting. Thank you for that. I got all of it. No, I got it. What's your email name? No, I got it. Hold on. Not spam. I got all of y'all's emails. Scroll down, look at these emails. GAU email names. Nestor might be alive? No. Nestor's not alive. It's the right, it's the Nestor we're talking about. Yeah, I'm not going to go through all the emails right now. It'll take me a while. Strawberry Nani. We had a great weekend. You found the interview. Thank you, Sheila T. I appreciate that. I'm getting kind of tired of my own damn self. I think I'm going to get out of here and get some sleep so I can work my arse off tomorrow on my property. And I got today, tomorrow, today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I got 3 days to work on the house. And then we're off to Crime Con. Crime Con. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You never sleep, Linda Beatty. You're everywhere. I know that. I see you everywhere. I see Nanette and Sikorsky and all y'all. Love all you guys. And we will see you on the next one. Peace out from the Mabsta. And I'm going to have a better outro pretty soon.